sustainability is an important element which you talked about. You are yourself a environmentalist. So sustainability being an important element, and in India also people are focusing a lot on it. So how you as an entrepreneur are working towards it?
Right. So I became vegan in 2015, but I became environmentalist in 2012.
Okay.
Like I officially started working as an environmentalist for an organization. But I was conscious about my not harming environment since 2009. When I saw a video on YouTube about a very unfortunate event happening, and then it just gave me this insight that I think I need to dedicate my life working on nature environment, because nature and environment has already dedicated everything for me. See, I am sitting here because of nature has given me everything. Sure. So it's time for me to give back. And since so it's been around 15 years, 14 years that I've been working for this sector, but I've been learning every time how to become better. So sustainability, I started being, first thing was I started being a minimalist person. So minimalism is a concept which people started getting to know, because now there are documentaries and talking about that, where a person focus on need, not greed. And that's the just one line difference, that focus on need, not greed. See, what to live, we need some number of clothes, we need maybe one vehicle, maybe we need one phone. So for need, we need everything in a very limited, which can fit in just one room. But because of a lot of external consumerism increasing, people have started getting not satisfied with that need. They want more and more and more. And that more and more has been causing the damage to the planet, because everything comes on a cost of some natural resources, right? So people want more than one vehicle. We want 2 cupboards filled with the clothes, though maybe they are not wearing those clothes for the last 1 year, but they still want new clothes to buy. They want new shoes to buy. They want new watch to buy. So they are just buying. So I became a minimalist in 2015. And from minimalism, I upgraded myself to vegan when I got to know about food. And that was, I think, the major upgradation in me, because after being minimalist, I was thinking that I have actually achieved the best form of environmentalist. But when I got to know about food, I was shocked to hell that I have the major part of my damaged environment I still have not focused on, that is food. Because I don't buy clothes every day. I don't buy shoes every day. But food I'm eating every 3 times in a day. So 3 times I'm connecting to either to a destructive nature activity or a constructive natural activity.
Hi Abhinav, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi Dhawal, good afternoon. I'm very good. How are you?
How is everyone at home?
Sorry?
How is everyone at home?
Yeah, everyone is good, healthy and thriving.
Awesome. I see a beautiful background behind you. So you must be at your...
Yes. So this is one of the quotes of our cafe. My food is grown, not born.
Not born. Interesting.
I'm sitting in the cafe right now.
Lovely. So really appreciate your time on a Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much for this.
Totally my pleasure. Would love to discuss with the like-minded people on the like-minded topics. So yeah.
Thank you so much. That's lovely. Hi viewers, good afternoon. Welcome to the new episode of Sustainable Future Food Talk. Today we have with us Abhinav Bajpai from Ubuntu Eat. Abhinav was born and brought up in Kanpur and did his bachelor's studies from the Delhi University. After pursuing engineering career for 3 years, he became an environmentalist because he loved working for nature. Along with a few friends, he started a cafe in Kolkata called as Ubuntu Eat, which is Kolkata's first eco-friendly community cafe, which is themed around sustainability practices, and it is trying to raise awareness in public about the same by serving plant-based food, which is delicious but of no harm to the environment and animals. We have launched second kitchen in Mumbai in September 21 and now planning to expand in many other cities by 2022. So, Abhinav, great to understand that you have this cafe. If I'm not wrong, I have took the name right. It is Ubuntu Eat, right?
So actually, it's pronounced as Ubuntu.
Ubuntu. Okay.
Yes.
So
it's an African term.
Ubuntu? Sorry?
It's an African term.
Okay.
Which means I am because we are.
Oh.
So सबकी खुशी में ही मेरी खुशी है. So that is the concept behind it, and that's the exact concept what we have tried to implement or execute through the cafe and everything.
Okay, that's great to know. So, Abhinav, as a vegan entrepreneur, how do you see the growing consumer trend of plant-based and vegan food in India?
So, see, I am vegan since last 6 years, and from that day onwards, I'm just seeing growth only. Okay, sure. I'm just seeing the demand is steadily, slowly have been rising pre-COVID, and after COVID, it has been rising faster than before.
Okay.
So people are being aware about this lifestyle more and more, thanks to a lot of influencers, celebrities, sports people who have been talking about and this lifestyle. Sure. So as we serve plant-based food in Kolkata and Mumbai right now, so we have been seeing a lot of new consumers calling us and coming and exploring this food and showing their interest to go into this, and also sharing their challenges. A lot of challenges, but a lot of interest is rising. That's what my feel is in the last 6 years.
Interesting, and I'm sure this will intend to grow with of course not just COVID, but now it is really helping environment and people's health as well. So,
correct.
Which is the best part.
Totally.
So, coming down to my next question, Abhinav, what are the core values of Ubuntu Eat, and how do you, as a CEO, help your team to build it in the culture?
Lovely. So, see, we have, first of all, when you said as a CEO, so there is an interesting thing here that in our Ubuntu, we are 4 CEOs. So we have 4 founders and we have 4 CEOs, with each one have different E. Sure. So like I am Chief Empowering Officer, because that is what my role is. Then we have a Chief Evaluation Officer, the person who evaluates the business and operations. Then we have a Chief Eating Officer, the person who works on the recipes. And then we have a Chief Envisioning Officer who is working on expanding the concept. So we have 4 CEOs, and the concept and the core values are very simple, and that is that sustainability is very important in this time. Kindness is very important in this time, and health is very important in this time. And the last is community building is very important in this time. Right. So all these 4 factors, through sustainability and health and kindness, we are creating a larger community who are taking care of this planet and thriving, not just surviving. Interesting.
This is such a lovely interpretation of CEO, right? I mean, you have made 4 words from just a letter E, which is so interesting.
Yes.
Follow-up question on this, Abhinav, since you talked about community building. So what are those steps which you are, let's say, taking around building community around the plant-based and vegan food?
Yeah. So community building sense started much before Ubuntu started. When I came to know about veganism, I immediately found that I don't know anyone who is vegan other than me. For at least a month or so, I did not find anyone. But then through social media, thanks to social media and all that, I found subgroups, and then I found like-minded people. And then I found everybody is feeling a sense of alienating the alien, like vegans were alien. Yeah. That time in 2015, I became vegan. So that gave me a lot of insight that this area needs a lot of community building efforts in this. So I started meeting more and more people. We started doing as a group, we formed a group, and we were doing outreach, talking to new people, because the idea is very easy to grasp by anyone and everyone. It's just about being more kind, being lovable, being healthy. Like everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to become that. But people don't know that this whole idea can be summed up in just one term: vegan. And you can do it on daily basis, 3 times in a day, 4 times in a day, whenever you have food. So we made that idea, and then that 2015 we started working on community. I was that time in Bangalore, so we started building community in Bangalore. Then for my job, I moved. I was an environmentalist, so I moved to Chennai. Then we started building community there. So we have been building community since the last 6-7 years, And when I was in Kolkata, I found that the challenge of Kolkata was much larger than what I faced in other cities, because Kolkata primarily is a non-vegan population and who love eating their non-veg food, and they basically put vegetarian food for them is not worthy enough to be called as food. The mindset is very anti or non-veganish. So building community here was also challenging, but also very, very necessary, because anybody who is becoming vegan in this kind of environment was immediately getting a lot of negative response from family, friends. So we started outreaches. When I moved here 2018, we started outreaches. Then we started organizing potlucks where vegans and their friends will come together, bring their own food, which will be vegan but very creative. And we started letting people know that veganism is delicious, tasty, and also the kind and healthier. So we did a potluck, we did a lot of events and all that, and then slowly, Ubuntu idea came from that. That I think there is a time. The time is there. Time is right to start a cafe itself. So then cafe came, and then cafe just gave this everything boost, because now there was a one hub where people can come and meet and talk. And so this community building has been happening. Though obviously during COVID time, we could not do what a lot of physical activities. But we tried that through social media and all that. We are still active. But recently, last year, November, the plan was to do it much earlier, but then we could do it last year, November, was creating a vegan fest. So we created a vegan festival where for one day in a month, where all the vegan brands and vegan entrepreneurs or sustainable entrepreneurs, eco-friendly entrepreneurs who by default are vegan because they're not using any animal products, but they are maybe making a very sustainable clothing for you, or maybe sustainable other lifestyle products for you. So they all came under one roof in one garden, not one roof, in one garden. And we created a pop-up which was named as Kinder Pop-up. So we did in November, we did in December. January we couldn't do because of the Omicron and all that thing. But those two events also gave a lot of community building sense in that. And we would wish to continue that once the things are okay. We will continue this monthly pop-up and then podcast. So a lot of these activities have been happening. And now the vegan population of Kolkata is also big. Like they cannot fit in one WhatsApp group.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we have a big population of vegan people and vegan enthusiasts. So it's just growing.
Great. And I'm sure this will grow more.
Yeah.
Coming down to my next question, Abhinav. So, sustainability is an important element which you talked about. You are yourself an environmentalist. So, sustainability being an important element, and in India also people are focusing a lot on it. So, how you as an entrepreneur are working towards it?
Right. So, I became vegan in 2015. But I became environmentalist in 2012.
Okay.
Like I officially started working as an environmentalist for an organization. But I was conscious about my not harming environment since 2009, when I saw a video on YouTube about a very unfortunate event happening, and then it just gave me this insight that I think I need to dedicate my life working on nature environment, because nature and environment has already dedicated everything for me. See, I am sitting here because of nature has given me everything. So it's time for me to give back. And since so it's been around 15 years, 14 years that I've been working for this sector. But I've been learning every time how to become better. So sustainability, I started being first thing was I started being a minimalist person. So minimalism is a concept which people started getting to know, because now there are documentaries and talking about that, where a person focus on need, not greed. And that's the just one line difference, that focus on need, not greed. See, what to live, we need some number of clothes, we need maybe one vehicle, maybe we need one phone. So for need, we need everything in a very limited, which can fit in just one room. But because of a lot of external consumerism increasing, people have started getting not satisfied with that need. They want more and more. And that more and more has been causing the damage to the planet, because everything comes on a cost of some natural resources, right? So
Absolutely.
people want more than one vehicle. We want two cupboards filled with the clothes, though maybe they are not wearing those clothes for last 1 year, but they still want new clothes to buy. They want new shoes to buy. They want new watch to buy. So they are just buying. So I became a minimalist 2015. And from minimalism, I upgraded myself to vegan when I got to know about food. And that was, I think, a major upgradation in me, because after being minimalist, I was thinking that I have actually achieved the best form of environmentalist.
Interesting.
But when I got to know about food, I was shocked to hell that I have the major part of my damaged environment. I still have not focused on, that is food, because I don't buy clothes every day. I don't buy shoes every day, but food I'm eating every 3 times in a day. So 3 times I'm connecting to either to a destructive nature activity or a constructive natural activity. So when I changed to veganism, I think that is where my sustainability factor gone to a different level.
Interesting.
And other than that, there are a lot of factors like I ride my cycle. So I'm traveling on cycle
Okay.
or public transport, or if there is time and lacking, I do use cabs and all that. But those are last options. Those are not the first option in my mind. Then I have also decided to remain child free. So a lot of people don't know about this, that when there was analysis of doing that, which is the what human activities are the major carbon rich,
Yeah.
carbon rich, giving birth to one human was the number one category. Because
Yes.
when you give birth to another human, that human, whatever that human is going to do in the life, everything is on your head, because you have given that one new human into the world. Not against the idea of birth and everything, but I just realized that in current world, in the current resource crunch and current pollution, air, water, and whatever, there is no reason to give birth to a new child. Because when you give birth to a new child, you think about that child will grow and become a good person, will will thrive on the environment. But the environment is not worth thriving, or the environment is not ready to give a good condition to a child. So I decided to remain a child free person also. So that is where my journey has been. I've been learning about how much I can do for sustainability environment. And the same thing I have also tried to convey through the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
For example, the cafe has a plant-based food, which is, I think, already very sustainable than dairy and meat food.
Sure.
Secondly, every decoration in this cafe has come out of waste. For
Mm-hmm.
example, the furnitures of this cafe have come out of the wooden furnitures come from the cargo waste of the export import,
Sure.
and the sitting sofas have come from the car seat, the cars
Okay.
which were not in use and were dumped in some garage. Those sofa has come from there. All the decorations have come from either the old bottles decorated with magazine waste or clothing waste. So we have sure that the cafe looks beautiful, but then there is no damage done to the environment for making my cafe beautiful or making a cafe beautiful. So all of these factors have been taken care. We do not use any single-use plastic in any cutlery or any packaging. Our packaging is 100% degradable, biodegradable, like bagasse and
Mm-hmm.
just paper packaging. So that is how we have been learning, and I'm trying to inculcate the same through my cafe model also.
Lovely. Lovely. Great. Coming down to my next question. So, you being a hardcore vegan consumer yourself, so if you can share your experiences on what made you go vegan, and eventually how do you as a person inspire people who wish to opt for a vegan lifestyle?
My journey to veganism started in 2015 when I was by accidentally I watched a video on YouTube. I was watching some other video, and it came as a reference. The video name was "Best Speech Ever" by Gary Orosky.
Okay.
So there were millions of views on that video, and just I thought, let me see what is it. And then it was 1.5 hour video, and I didn't blink an eye. I just went and saw the whole video. And that video first time told me that what are we doing with animals? As a humans who believe that we are kind humans and we care for humans and nature and animals, what we are doing to animals. And I was like, literally, I was in a shock towards myself, because I have been believing that I am a very kind human. And I do that very consciously to everybody around me. But when I got to know that I am actually part of cruelty to animals and I'm paying for that, I was in shock. And that gave this thought that let me explore this area, let me find out what is, because till then my education system with my education background was still that which was telling that animals need to be consumed for your nutritional requirement and for other lot of the food pyramid, and there are a lot of factors which have been given to in our head which do not fall with the same concept that if you want to become vegan. So I had to do a lot of unlearning than the new learning. So I did. So for 3 months, I did for unlearning. So I watched more documentaries like Cowspiracy is a very popular and very famous documentary which talks about environmental impact of animal industry. Then there was another documentary named Folks Over Knives, which talks about human health connected to the diet. And then I saw What the Health by the same director of Cowspiracy. So I did my own research. I read a lot of articles, and mostly I watched a lot of videos because I could get the summary of the big articles in one video through a few people. And I decided in 3 months that I want to go vegan. Though I stopped eating animal products other than dairy after the day I saw the first video, because I was always vegetarian since birth. Because of my circle, I started eating non-vegetarians, and I was just five years I was non-vegetarian. So for being from non-vegetarian to vegetarian, I took 1 day. But from vegetarian to vegan, I took 3 months, because dairy was such a important part of my daily life, either in form of milk, drinking milk, or either in form of desserts and all that dahi and everything. So I took 3 months, and 2015, I think in month of April or May, I became plant-based, not vegan. So also veganism is a lifestyle, it's not that diet. So then that journey continued from there to understand about what other lifestyle choices I'm taking, which are non-vegan. And then I think that is how I became vegan. And I think I will be always very proud of myself of unlearning a lot of not very appropriate or factual things, but more like agendas of few industries and people, and finding this right path of being vegan. So that has been my journey.
Interesting. Great. Coming down to my last question for this session, Abhinav. So, of course, I mean, we are on the verge of completing this first month of 2022. What goals have you set for yourself for this year? Maybe if you can quote one personal goal and one professional goal.
Sure. So this is very important. I think I've realized that. So I'm not a person who makes very long-term goal. I make a short-term goal, and that include that is like for maybe for 1 year, for 2022. And so 2022 personally, I am focusing on my health more, because for last 2-3 years, because of a lot of running business and lot of other challenges which come on your path when you are a new entrepreneur, especially when you are not from that industry, you have to learn a lot of things. I think I did not focus a lot on my health. And when I say health, it's not about the food I eat healthy, but food is not the only thing about health, right? There is a lot of exercise, like movement is required in your body. You have to be flexible. So I'm learning yoga. I just completed 21 days yoga challenge yesterday. And I think we're going to continue it for the whole year, so that my body has a lot of flexibility and the muscles are getting a lot of energy. And also being more conscious about food, because even eating vegan food is not healthy, because if you're eating French fries and burgers, they are vegan, but they're not healthy for you. So I'm going to eat healthier food than before. And also I'm going to work on my mental health, because I think that is something which has started getting attention, but it's still not up to the point. And I believe that to remain healthy, you need to focus on mind and body both. By focusing on anyone is just 50% work. So this is my personal goal for this year, to focus on this. And professionally, we are planning. Professionally, we are planning to open few more locations this year. We have last year we could launch Mumbai, which was a great milestone, and this year we are planning to launch either of Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi,
Okay.
Goa, Pune, Chennai. So these cities are in our radar, and we are in discussion with few people. So let's see which one to start. So we will launch a few more Ubuntu, because the concept is well taken in Kolkata, and I'm sure it can become a catalyst for the rise of this vegan lifestyle if we move to other cities also. So
Absolutely.
that's the professional goal.
Great. Wish you all the best for this. And if any help is required from our side, we are happy to help. And thank you so much once again for joining in, and really appreciate it. And wish you a great lifestyle going forward. And I'm sure you'll inspire a lot of people to turn themselves into a vegan person. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dhawal. Thank you, and thank you, Sattviko. And I really love what you guys are doing. So all the best to you also. And I think we are just a team, like how there's a team Avengers. So
Yeah.
we call ourselves team veganers. So
Okay.
if you do the little change of wordings in Avengers, it become veganers.
Yeah.
So we call ourselves veganers, and people like you, we are all part of that team. There's because to save the world, one superhero is not enough. So we all need to become superhero.
Absolutely.
Everybody. Maybe somebody can empower other people, but let's start from ourselves. So everybody who's trying to become a better person, he is or she is a superhero already.
Absolutely.
So
I
let's
agree
make
with
more
you on this.
superheroes.
Lovely. Thank you so much once again, Abhinav, and wish you a great day ahead, and take care.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.